When he looked up, he was serious for a second though. Right.
This is going in the interview, by the way, guys.
Look at its face.
We love your face.
He's lost it.
That was perfect.
I don't think it's as funny as Liam's, but
No, he is. Look at his face. He's just like
you're spitting on me.
I enjoyed that, so that was great. You know, I'm sure you guys are gonna miss making the films and everything, but are you gonna miss these crazy long press tours and these press days and everything?
9.
It's hard. It's a hard answer. I have to say because there's a point where you pass a limit and then it just becomes hilarious.
Right.
And we're getting close. We're on the cusp of it. Yeah. I said cuspice, which is precipice and cusp combined, but yeah.
Have you enjoyed the entire process? Because it's part of the whole thing. I mean, what has this journey been like? 5 years or 6 years, whatever it's been? I mean, has it been a marathon?
Yeah. We really enjoy being together, don't we?
No, we really do. No, it's true. Like, you know, you make these movies and they're challenging and they're hard, and you go on the press tours and it's challenging and it's hard, but you have a good group of people.
Challenging and hard.
Yeah, exactly. But you have like a great group with you that make it fun, and as you can see, we find a way to make it all enjoyable.
You make a movie, it's challenging and hard, and then you go on a press tour, it's challenging and hard. I guess that's my answer.
No, I guess it's all kind of challenging and hard.
That's gonna be the subtitle for this interview.
It's lovely. We're having a blast. You can't say challenging and hard while we're all cracking up.
Oh, it is. It's fun.
This part is challenging right now.
For me especially.
Yeah, exactly. See?
So sorry.
What's making this film, part 2 in particular, it looked so like physically and emotionally demanding. I mean, was it the hardest film to make?
In a lot of ways. Catching Fire was pretty difficult because we had so much water work, but that was what was so difficult. Don't.
I'm good. Keep going.
But Mockingjay, we also had we had water. It was really hard. We were in the sewers, and little Tillicum over here couldn't stand up straight.
Little Tillicum.
It's challenging and hard, I assume.
It was very challenging and hard, man. I'm telling you.
It was challenging, and it was hard.
Yeah. At the same time.
At the same damn time.
And this is the toughest question of all, of course. But yes, it's a challenging one.
It's hard.
It's hard, more challenging than hard.
Okay.
Favorite scene of the entire franchise to shoot, and why?
Oh, that's challenging. That's
The
hard.
entire, probably the most challenging and hard and favorite scene to shoot in the whole franchise. I think for me, it was actually, the sewers were tough, but the scene with like the black oil and goo was probably the most challenging and hard scene for me because there was a lot of running and I had handcuffs on, and that's challenging and hard.
And favorite scene to shoot?
My favorite scene to shoot in Mockingjay?
Or in the entire franchise?
In the whole franchise?
I really like the scene where Gale says to Katniss, when you kiss him, and he's like, "Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that." I think that's a powerful scene.
Oh, your favorite scene was when we kissed.
Ooh.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
but because he hits you with some emotion
You totally
afterwards.
like me.
No, because it's not really a kiss from
say
him.
it.
You kiss him, and he's kind of like, "Whatever. I knew you were gonna do that."
Jennifer, you have to pick the same scene now, right?
I guess so.
I just.
My favorite scene. Liam's clearly in love with me.
Very much so. I mean, we already know that.
My favorite scene, I don't know. Anything where like the three of us are together. Reviving you was I was about to say fun, but I just remembered it was disgusting. Sam was giving you mouth to mouth, and then you woke up, and then I kissed you, and it was so slobbery.
It wasn't my slobber.
I know, it was Sam's and yours and mine, and it was
Triple.
And we took a video from the monitor one time, and it was like the string, the cruel intentions.
That sounds challenging.
It was hard.
Now that it's all over, what has the Hunger Games meant to you? I mean, does it hold a special place in your distinguished career?
Sure. I mean, it holds a place because encapsulated, these four have an opportunity to to satisfy the reason I became engaged with them in the first place, which was that it had a chance to create something that would catalyze young people to become politically engaged, to recognize that the government that they have, you know, as Bruce Springsteen said it, you know, blind faith in your leaders will get you killed. This will get you killed. And it has to change. The war is for profit. It's for and the profit is shared by the top 10%. you just die. You suffer trauma, grief, shock.
Was Snow a fun character to play? Because even though these are dire circumstances, he always seems to be enjoying himself a little bit.
No, he was enjoying. He wasn't enjoying himself in the beginning. I mean, he was doing his job, but he was 80 or whatever it was, 76, something, and he had to find a successor, and he found one. But she was on the wrong side. She was a nuisance in the beginning. She was, and then the more he became acquainted with her, the more he realized that she was someone on the same level as he was on. And she was a chess player. And he started playing chess with her, and he realized how good she was, and then he knew that she was beating him. But the joy of knowing at the very end that she had taken the truths that he had said and acted upon them. Wonderful.
Yeah, he enjoyed that back and forth that they had.
Yeah.
Could you have prepared yourself, even though I'm sure you knew the books were huge, could you have prepared yourself?
I didn't know myself. I had no
you didn't?
idea.
Okay.
No, I found that out after I started the first film. I found that out.
So you couldn't have prepared yourself for this global phenomenon, what it is today?
No. I don't think I could have. I don't think I'm prepared now.
Really?
No. Can I go home?
Not just yet, but it is over. And looking back, what is the scene or sequence that sticks out for you as the most memorable to shoot?
It's hard. It's very difficult to say, because if I say, oh, I like this one best, then another scene is going to say, but wait a second, what about me? It was all really grand to do, to work with her. She's a genius, the girl.
So Elizabeth, I mean, starting with you, you've been with the franchise from the beginning. I mean, how hard was it to say goodbye to Effie?
Well, it was just a little sad, she was such a great collaboration, especially between the hair and the makeup and the costume designers. So saying goodbye to V. Neal in the trailer on the last day was really hard. We felt like we really created something together. It wasn't just mine. I really shared her with those people, and so that was hard. But we've had a lot of time to process it now. We haven't shot in, I don't know, a year and a half or something. Yeah. So I'll just miss the people more than anything.
And, obviously Coin wasn't in all of them except for Mockingjay, but she's an integral character to the franchise. And what do you hope people walk away from the film thinking about your character?
Well, I hope they see her for what she is. It's a very familiar political narrative, and one that I was really interested in playing, and something that Frances and I played up in particular, that I wanted her to start as a person who seemed that she was a revolutionary, and she was an idealist, and she was gradually corrupted by power and her need for revenge, and so that she ends up buying into the system that she had initially rejected. And I think that's an important story to tell, that you have to watch your leaders very carefully, watch them for self-interest, and know that you deserve a leader who's speaking for the people.
Did either of you get to keep any wardrobe or wigs or props or anything?
Everyone asked that, but no, we did not.
I'm wearing my wig now.
It's convincing.
Yeah.
I have a pair of shoes and some Mockingjay pins and the memories.
That's right. All tied up in a little box.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hard to choose, I'm sure, but if you had to pick a favorite scene to shoot or moment in the film, what would you pick?
Oh, for me, it was the first reaping. To this day, still, I really, when Jen said I volunteer for my sister, and her voice broke, I was like, wow, we're making something great. Like, this is the book. This is gonna work.
Yeah.
It was really moving to me, thinking back on it even now.
How about for you?
Favorite moment? I did have I have a stunt at the end.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun to do, actually. I mean, because it's sort of a big moment. So I'd say that was the most fun for me.
Sure.
This is a tough question, but if they were going to remake The Hunger Games and they could use any actor from any time period, who would you like to see in your roles?
Lucille Ball.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a great choice.
Maybe Betty Davis?
That's another good choice.
It's a really good choice. Yeah.
Is it very bittersweet to be here talking? I mean, this is the end of the press tour. This is kind of the end. I mean, what has it meant for you, this entire experience?
I mean, it's been one hell of a journey. I feel like it's sort of, yeah, it's made me a bigger and better person. I feel like I've grown up quite considerably since the beginning. Yeah, I've grown in confidence, honestly. I feel like there was a part of Finnick and Beetee that's rubbed off on me. It's definitely going to be sad not to see everyone. We all kind of got on really well. The process of filming was exciting every day. You know, we kind of kept morale high even when days were hard. Yeah, it's going to be sad, but at the same time, because we finished filming like a year and a half ago, I'm ready for the world to see it now. You know, it's something we're all very proud of. So yeah, it is bittersweet. I mean, it's the best way to describe the feeling right now.
How about for you, Natalie? I mean, what is this experience meant to you, and just knowing how many fans this book series and film series has?
I'm really proud of the phenomenon of the Hunger Games, to be a part of that family. The source material in Suzanne Collins' novels is just fantastic. The way it deals with all these themes of consequences of war, sociopolitical, political themes for young people without condescending them or patronizing them, and really getting to explore those darker elements of human nature, but in an entertaining, commercially viable way. So I think we can all be really proud of these movies. It proves that a blockbuster can have real heart and thought behind it, you know?
Which of your characters was the bigger badass?
Out of
The two of you.
I mean,
different kind of badass.
I'd have to say me, but no, I think you're right. They're very, very different people. I mean, Finnick is a trained fighter and a survivor. He's a survivor, but at the same time, Cressida's experienced huge amounts of issues that are going on in the capital and has had to kind of escape, and therefore she's a survivor in many ways. And as much as she's probably not as trained.
Not physically,
but
no,
mentally,
I mean,
I'd say probably they're both manipulators, you know, in different ways.
Natalie, do you miss the hair?
a little bit.
You gonna go back to it anytime soon?
Only for a role. That's why I grew it back. It's because it limits your casting choices.
Surprising, yeah.
So,
Do they
who
do
knows?
wigs just for half the years? Yeah.
Well, they do, you know, they can glue hair on to the side, but I would consider doing it again if the role was correct. Yes, I would.